What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another lunch sesh. Jezza, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, mate. Ashley, good to see you as well. Hope Jack's alright. Steve, how you doing, my bro? LHLR. Good to see you, Bella. Fucking, it's good to see everybody. Yeah. It's been a good day. I went for a drive down to the beach. Sussed all that out. Looking for new fishing spots. So I'm like, a lot of the places that I go, they're dirt tracks, you know what I mean? So you got to make sure the car can handle it. It's only a fucking Commodore, it's not a four-wheel drive, so if it's been raining, might not be able to handle it. If the road's like too fucking corrugated, then probably steer clear. But yeah, have fun on the dirt. Anyway, fucking have a bong. Kick it off. Get it all going. We got some x-rays sent to us from the vets as well, so they sent me copies of that. I rang up this morning, told them to send them to me. So I got to have another look. Yeah. It's hectic. But should be good. I was just trying to work out what the fuck this was on the x-ray, my bro. I'm like, what are these? They're like, they're fucking nipples, bro. Oh, shit. But yeah. You can see all the scar tissue too. I'll bring it up on screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So on the left side where it's got the L, I'll zoom in for you. So this is what a normal one will look like. Just over here, right? That all over here, normal development. Over here, you can see all the scar tissue all around that hip. All of that scar tissue, and that's what's going to be causing the inflammation as well. So also might need to look at a reconstruction over here. Yeah. Fucking hectic. Because you can see that's like, looks nothing like the other one over here, right? So this shows you how it's supposed to sit, but it's all fucked. And that's what happens when you go over your dog at 60 k's an hour in a VX Commodore. Could be fucking dead, bro. But the gods blessed me. I was proper blessed. But yeah, it's fucking, it upsets you when you see this shit, bro. It really does. Because it all could have been avoided, you know what I mean? Hindsight's a bitch when you look back on things. Don't let it play on your mind though. She got a good life. She's a happy dog. But yeah. So everything you see on this left side in there is about $13,000, man. Don't look like there's much going on, hey. But what they had to do with fuse and shit, like attaching everything with that hip toggle, it's yeah. They had it done 3 years ago. She was obviously a lot smaller. She's growing now. So it's definitely going to need needs something else done to it. Guarantee it. But yeah, there's that one. That's the first X-ray. Yeah, this year, I was looking on the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Well, what's going on there? I thought it was like fucking something, bro. The fucking nipples, bro. I was like, oh, hectic. Dog nipples. But yeah, Vet's lucky they didn't cop a shit. That's her bowels, bro. You can see in the bowels there, that's all fucking dog poop. Yeah. But I guarantee for the future is hip dysplasia, arthritis, a few other things. You just exercise with them. Can't fucking work her too much, though. It'll fuck her up. Doesn't look like it'd feel nice to run around with those hips like that, Jay, mate. She's a tough bitch. Fucking know she is, bro. Doesn't show the pain. She's always eager to play. Fucking oath. Fucking oath. Hey, Desmond, here he is. Good to see you, mate. You know, she does it right, bro. She does it right. And that's where, like, yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing with her. Jumps around, fine. She's good, bro. She's worked with it from when she was a puppy, so she knows how to get around. She does not put 100% of her pressure all on that back foot, right? Knees good, everything's sweet. But that hip, it stops her putting that pressure on, and that's why you can see over on the right side why it's a lot fucking stronger, because everything's how it's supposed to be. And that's where all of her weight goes, mostly. Bro, she still drags me on walks, cunt. It's off its head. She just loves to walk, she loves to run, loves to chase. But she's got to slow down, or she's not going to do herself any favours. So, give her a comfortable life. Fucking A. She's pretty comfortable, bro. Got everything she needs. But, enough of that. I'm going to drop that link if anybody wants to jump up. Come say good day. It's good to see everybody. Monty, Hursty, Bullbar, Jezza, Ashley, Desmond. Fucking A. Wear and tear a lot quicker because of favour in that leg. Yeah. Looks alright though. They were pretty happy with that leg, bro. They said fucking perfect. So I think, given the accident being as young as she was, she just fucking learned how to walk with it, bro. And she's done a really fucking good job too. Really good job. Gotta give her credit. So stoned after that, Billy. Fucking A. Shit. Monty, what's going on, bro?
Hey, bro. Not much, mate. And I wasn't saying that, like, anytime soon, like, in that leg, like, the right side does look good, bro. But
yeah, we'll like
as she ages, yeah, favouring that leg, it's just going to wear and tear a lot quicker than you would if you were being able to use both back legs evenly.
Yeah,
yeah, because she is such a tough-ass dog and doesn't show the pain she's in by the look of it. I see you're going to have to pay a lot of attention to that, like, and have little prods around and stuff, and see if she reacts to the prods and that, because, like, that might be the only way she will ever show pain.
Yeah, with the vet was fucking grabbing, squeezing and whatnot, all that, feeling her out. She's pretty tolerant, bro.
Yeah, still refused to show any. Stubborn, tough dogs. It's like my Bluey, man. Like, I thought he shattered his legs into his right leg into little bits, right? my boy running around the house playing with the dog, and they're sprinting around doing circles through the kitchen, lounge room, hallway. And as he's gone through the hallway into his bedroom to jump on the bed, and the dog to jump on after him, and they're going to have a play fight, right? As he's gone through, he must have clipped the door, and the door started closing as the bluey come through, and the bluey just smashed his knee, like his stifle of his back leg, against that door as hard as he could. Right? And then he didn't make a noise. He kept on playing, but he just had that leg dangling. Right? And all I thought, when I seen it dangling, I've gone, and hearing how hard he hit it, I just shit myself thinking, oh my God, that just smashed into pieces. And that, and like, he's such a tough dog, he's not going to stop playing, he's going to keep playing with the boy, and that, and just have that leg dangling.
Realistically, are you going to stop him from being that? You're going to stop him from
No, you can't stop. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. Like, realistically, I wasn't angry at the dog for being a dog, right? I was sort of a little bit annoyed with him, with my boy, because I was like, you probably shouldn't have him running around the house like that with the obstacles that there is. Like, I fucking smash it, like, because it's happened before. Like, kids when they were younger thought it was a smart idea to take their dogs out on the puppies onto the trampoline and bounce around with the pups on the tramp, and then they landed on them and broke their legs and stuff. Learned their lessons that way and that. And I'm like, well, you learnt the hard way when you were told not to take them on the trampoline. You hurt the dogs that way. Don't run around the house being silly, and you just don't tempt fate. That's what I was trying to get the message across to the boy. But it all worked out good. The dog didn't shatter his leg. It just must have hurt him like hell, and he just fucking didn't want to move it and just dangled it for a little while.
Fucking windy as, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm meant to get thunderstorms tonight.
I'm going to have to go tie the tarp down after.
Oh, be careful in the wind tying down the tarp.
Why?
You should have probably done that beforehand. Because if that wind gets underneath it, it'll pick you up like a parachute and take you up. You'll be gone. Just remember to let go. Just remember to let go.
Monty, it's already tied down, bro. It's on the roof.
Yeah.
It says I'm going to tie it down more because it loosens itself.
Yeah. Yeah, just be careful when you untie that knot and stuff and loosen it a little bit more, because that'll be able to create more wind to catch underneath it, and then might be strong enough to tear knots or fucking the ropes. Just be careful. I was doing it last week in a real windy, trying to cover me hay bales with tarps, so fucking the glass and cockies aren't destroying me bales. And I'm thinking what I'm trying to tie these tarps down with isn't going to be strong enough unless I've got a 1 ton weight for each corner of the tarp. I'm not holding this tarp down. Like, well, I was playing with me life, fucking trying to do it. Like, they were trying to pick me up and take me, like, for a fucking paraglide.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so I give that up. And, like, I'll do that when the wind's gone. You probably shouldn't be doing that. Fucking, you probably should have done it before the wind come, and then, yeah, there's nothing you can do while the wind is happening. Especially at 130 kilometre wind. Like 130 kilometre wind, and you've got like a 4 by 6 metre tarp. Like, that's probably wider than a parachute is, like, or a paraglider is. It just catches it and takes off.
Yeah, fucking A. You
Thanks,
seen them videos?
You're a staunch cunt to it, mate. Hey?
You seen them videos with the parachutes? How they don't open up?
Oh, mate, I've got a parachute school at the back of my property. Right? I've seen plenty of them spud in, and last year they had a dude die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his chute didn't open, and he spudded into the chook farm next door to both their properties. Yeah, they haven't parachuted since, actually, I don't think. The plane has been taken off. They keep the plane running on the weekend just to give it a run. I guess that's what they're doing. But they haven't had parachuters there since the death. But before that,
you know they're cloud seeding with that plane, don't you?
Well, they do use the small planes like that, actually. Like, so who knows? Right? And they do have a couple of extra planes come in there and land. It's a private airfield, so like, as long as someone pays to use it, anyone can land there and do whatever the fuck they want. Actually,
Yeah, fucking know.
right.
Well, if you had like a massive property, that'd be genius to create your own private runway, and then fucking cunts can't land there unless they pay like a toll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. You charge them extra a little bit, like a few cents more on fuel because they've got to stop there to refuel. That's usually what would be happening, or because they've only got a license to fly in good weather and a storm come through, so they've got to land and that quickly. That's how you could extort a bit of money off those kind of people, let alone like, yeah, I think emergency services helicopters even land at that fucking airfield every now and then.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you should do that, Monty. You got enough property.
Yeah, definitely got enough property. Like our property's bigger than that airfield actually and stuff like that.
I'll
But
I'll help you build it, and then you can fucking sneak all their customers. I'll help you.
And then we'll buy their airfield.
Have you seen that video, bro, of the bagels video? Hold up. Watch this. You're gonna love this, Monty. Could you imagine like doing this shit, cunt? This is the fucking best thing I've ever seen.
I'm waiting to see. I'm excited.
Excuse me. Oh, fuck, it's making me solve a fucking puzzle, cunt. What the fuck? Hang tight. Fucking. Alright, sweet. I think we got it. Alright. Watch this shit, bro.
Gotta admit, Golf.
I will take you down.
Gotta admit, great bagels is better than good bagels, right?
I will take you down.
I have the right to name my business whatever I want. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so you're Good Bagels, and right next door, I'm Great Bagels. I'm not doing anything wrong.
You're not doing anything right.
Let me tell you something. I was almost going to name it Better Than Good Bagels. You like that one better?
No.
How fucked up is that, bro?
Now she's going to wonder whether she can change her business name, right? And fucking excellent bagels. Better than great bagels.
Well, what's that shirt say, Kane? What's that say? It's 420.
It's 420 somewhere. Fucking nice. Where'd you get that from, Shane?
That's just a fucking Wish special, mate. Oh no, hang on, Temu.
Fucking
It's just a Temu special.
Streams, bro.
Yeah.
It's a 12 bucket shit material, but I thought for a stream it ain't bad.
Yeah,
I'm wondering whether fucking the community should actually think about some fucking good shirts that we could release out and stuff like that. Because we like, there is like a member of the community does have experience with fucking printing shirts and getting them done and stuff like that.
I was doing it.
It's not hard to do.
We weren't printing shirts to make money. We were printing shirts and then sewing LSD trips into the fucking tags and the fucking seams so we could post shit in the sale. My dealer taught me everything, bro. He was so smart, but he was on the gear, and that's what fucked him up.
Yeah, when I was when we were 16,
how to make it, and you'll make millions. And he had all the glassware, bro. He had everything.
I think I was 17, 18, actually, in the year 2000, 17, 18, something like that. And I had the year 2000 rave. So we travelled to Sydney for that rave, right? Because it was meant to be a huge big rave. All of us fucking, one of my mates fucking went to great lengths at metalwork, like at his little metal workshop at school, fucking to make a little pipe that was fucking just looked like nothing until you took all the parts to apart and then screwed them back together a different way, and then you made a little hash pipe, right? And so you could just take that onto the plane, and they wouldn't know what it was when it was just made the way he made it to be hidden. Right? The rest of us all thought, like, how we can take our pipe, acid, eggies, and stuff like that. So we started doing the same thing, fucking cutting holes into the seams of our fucking pants, shirts, hats, and then sliding them around the seams of your fucking clothes. It still works to this day. I still do it. And I've walked through fucking metal detectors with a bud in my fucking hat seam, right, wrapped in foil, and it didn't go off.
Fucking hell.
Then I had to put my hat down on the fucking little X-ray machine going through the plane, and that fucking, I don't know what they must have thought that little ball of fucking aluminium was in my hat, but they didn't care.
Oh, fucking nice. Jane.
Sorry, bro. Van Dan bumped my audio.
No, you're right, bro.
Big love, guys. How are you, Monty?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, actually, I just finished burying my mum's little dog, mate. He died overnight. He died at 1:40 last night, little fella.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
Comes to an end of 20 years of Cavaliers in my life, but I've got it's a little nice little family plot that I've got out there. Like, got the matriarch, the first little Cavalier I ever got for my daughter when she was born, out there, and then the father and two sons either side of him, and that,
Okay.
and the old matriarch at the top. So it's like she's at the head of the grave plot, and then the three underneath her, and that. I've got a few little trees. I just planted some finger limes around her and stuff like that around them. Little native citrus trees.
That's awesome. Turn into a positive situation. I mean, I've always been, as a young kid, big on big dogs, but now I'm older, man. They're one of the three breeds that I love. Little dogs. One of them would be that. The other ones are the cadoodles. And then maybe pug or French poodle, but it's like any dog. They need to be well trained.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
It just helps to have a papered breed. I mean, I'm sure they were probably papered dogs, man. It's pretty hard to get shit, man.
Cross Maltese are pretty good dogs as well and stuff for a little inside dog, right? I used to love foxies and shit like that. Like, I love so many different breeds of dogs. I've had so many different breeds of dogs over my life too. Like, I've had gun dogs, short-haired and white-haired pointers, pig dogs when I used to go pigging as a young man. Then when my daughter was born, because I wanted a little soft dog for her to cuddle and grow up with as a baby, so I got into the Cavaliers. Because, like, I remember as a kid, one of my best mates had fucking a Cavalier. And it was the first time I'd ever seen that breed of dog. And he was just an awesome little dog, and that always left an impression on me. So I always loved Cavaliers from that fucking experience.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous dog.
They are. The most gorgeous little dog, and they're not needy at all. Like, they're happy just to fucking be next to you. You don't have to give them attention and cuddles constantly and that. As long as they're next to you, they're fucking happy. And they just become part of the furniture. Like, realistically, like, they don't do anything to create trouble. They don't chew shit up. They don't do nothing. Like, you can't even get them to play fight with you half the time. Like, they're just little lovers. They're funny.
I guess
little
it's
dogs.
hence their name. They've got a very prestigious name through their breed for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
The first time I come in contact with one is
that the same one that fucking Cedar has? Blossom?
Yeah, Cedar's got a Cavalier. Cedar's got a Cavalier.
She's awesome, bro. She's awesome. I love her.
Yeah.
they're not even
they're beautiful
nippy or
little
anything,
dogs.
bro.
I know. They're beautiful little dogs.
Yeah. Like silky, bro. Like a silky dog.
So smooth, so smooth. I love
whenever I
the
go
long
down
hair that
fucking he'd said like Boston would come sleep with me, bro. She'd jump up and she'd cuddle up to me. She's awesome.
Do you how big does their feet start to look? Like, depending on how old this little girl is, right? They start
she's
to get
she's pretty small, bro, like through and through. Like the other one he's got, like
age wise. The other one's a caboodle though, isn't it? No, the other one's a poodle because they want to make caboodle.
Is it Frankie or some shit? What's his name?
They were going to name him Monty, but then it didn't. I would have been happy with that. They're going to make caboodles, I think, because they've got a poodle and a Cavalier and stuff. And the little boy's the younger one out of the two. But Cavaliers, when they grow, like, because they're sort of descended from fucking gun dogs and good swimmers, they grow this really long hair from between their toes, like where the webbing of your fingers would be. And so they get these real big, long, feathery feet that they walk along like with little mops as feet. I think it's so cute. The worst thing in the summertime, you've got to watch out for grass seeds because, like, that hair catches grass seeds and pulls it down in between their toes and then works its way into their skin and then comes out as a big, giant pussy ball. You've got to pop it out.
That's quite a big problem in the Shih Tzu Maltese breeds as well because their long hair on their feet and their eyes.
Yeah, they also do the same thing
Shane,
between
did
their
you see-
toes, grow that
Shane,
little
did you
fucking
see
fluffy
Lucy's
hair.
X-rays? Did
I
you
don't
see
think
Lucy's
Shane would have been
X-rays,
here.
bro?
I didn't see him in
I
chat
don't
at
think
that
he did,
stage. No, I don't think Shane was in chat at that stage, so I think he would have missed Lucy's X-rays.
No, I just got back from an appointment. I went over to Desi's for a bit in the taxi, and then I got in the taxi and I had a conversation with the driver for a good 40 minutes. So I've only just got back in the last half hour.
Check
So
these out.
this is what's going on, right? So over here, this is a normal side, my bro. Off to the left, that's the right side.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's how everything's supposed to be. You see the hip plate and shit. So this is over here. This
You
is
can see the
Lucy's.
hip ball. You can see the hip ball and
Yeah.
hip joint good on that
Other
right
side,
hand side.
no, I had a hip injury, so I
Where's
know
the other
I know
side?
I'm looking at.
Yeah, that
Oh,
other
sorry, I had a
side. There's no.
pelvic
So all the scar tissue around that hip plate too.
So she broke the ball.
Sorry.
She does really well to get around, actually, J-Mate, because she's
Fucking
like
bro.
lost the ball and socket. She's lost the ball and
bro.
socket completely
full
off
hip
there.
toggle. Full hip
So they've
toggle
fused that, brother.
Yep. But they done it when she was 4
So
months
in other
old.
words, I'll give an example. So my accident's given me an understep. I was 20 mil out. I think I'm less now. The medal's out. I have the ball. I'm lucky. So she can tell it's out of alignment. She's gonna have some serious issues when she's a bit older, mate.
Well, she's doing
You're probably gonna need
We're
reconstructive surgery.
3 years on now, and she fucking gets her
They
own.
could
no
probably
worries.
chop, depending on how much you're willing to pay, J-Mate. Like,
Right.
depending on how much you're willing to pay, they could probably chop the top of her fucking fibia off there, right? And attach a metal ball and hip socket. But then you've got the worst part about that is on her pelvis, right? Because she's lost the socket bit for the ball to sit into. But you can sort of see it there. Like, the worst thing because of the angle, and you can't see, like, because you know how the right has the ball? Left-hand side doesn't have the ball. So you can't see exactly how that ball fits into that left-hand side, but you can see the shape of it, that it is still there on her pelvis for that ball to fit into. So if they chop the top of the fibia off and put a titanium ball on the top of there, it's just how much you're willing to pay that, because that's going to be expensive.
Essentially, it's like a dental implant. They just screw it into the top of the bone.
Yeah, I'll put myself into severe debt for my dogs, mate. If I can put myself into severe debt for dogs, my dogs, man. If I can, the cunts, I'll lay my life down for them.
Family.
Yeah, exactly.
The old man fucked his leg when he was a kid. He hit the back of an XP wagon on a CBR or some shit. And my whole life, his fucking shin bone looked like a set about
you see the top of her pelvis? Which part do you mean, Banana Man? I was just asking Banana Farm. You see Farmer's comment about her pelvis, J-Mate?
Yeah.
All right. Zoom in a little bit. Can you zoom in and go up towards the top of her pelvis? Or I'm just asking Banana, does he mean the bottom of her pelvis, tail end, or the top of her pelvis?
It means the whole pelvis is out, like mine is, because she's got an injury now.
The pelvis hasn't grown the same way.
I'm just thinking maybe that's the way she's laying on. Yeah, I'm just thinking that could be the way she's laying. They've got her laying on the table too.
Yeah, a bit on the side.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, vet, but that looks even from my injury, and that's a lot worse than I ever done. That looks about 25, 30 mil out of place. And you can see it where the tail comes out of the back of the thing. That's a significant curve.
Everything's connected fine, Shane. There's no issues there. It's
just, but what I'm saying is it's out of alignment still slightly. I'm the same, bro. I'll never be straight. She's got scoliosis of the spine now.
Yeah. And check this out, bro.
The only thing different to my injury is I didn't incur any injury to the ball of the hip. Mine was to the acetabulum.
Give us a look from this way, Joe, mate.
This is fucking.
Look at her pelvis. Give us a look at her pelvis from that angle.
She's done remarkably well, man.
fucking A she has.
But
But
her pelvis isn't too bad out from that angle and stuff like that. And you'd see like a twist starting to appear. Like, so I'm pretty sure maybe it was just the angle they had her on the table before that made her pelvis look worse
See
and her
that
backbone look worse.
first vertebrae? Zoom back in there, Joe, mate. Up the top.
The
top center.
L1 before her tail starts. The L1
Yeah,
before her
there's
tail starts.
a curvature there. That's what I
curve.
meant by the scoliosis. It's worn
Yeah,
now.
see the top of that. Yeah, see the very top of her the gap in between, which would be your disc. The very top of it's been crushed.
yeah.
There.
Well, she got ran over by wheels. That whole back half got
Yeah, I
squashed,
know,
mate.
bro. I know, bro, man. Don't worry, bro. Like, at least your dog lived, man. The mother Cavalier, like that I got for my daughter. I ran over her and killed her, man, fucking by accident. And my daughter found her, like, mate, that was the worst thing. Like, fuck, man. Try explaining that to your daughter. Well, you've killed her dog that you bought her fucking as a companion from a baby and they've grown up for 7 years together. That was crushing and fucking, that was a life lesson that I still fucking punish myself for.
Yeah, I fucked up once, mate. I didn't run a dog over, but I had my dogs off the leash and I had a mate with me and another mate. He goes, don't let the pup off the leash. It ran probably 250 metres. My dog decided to run across the road. She followed. My dog was street aware. She used to go anywhere she wanted. The pup was only lucky to be 6 months old. Bang, straight under a car. The poor bastard driving was upset. I was upset. I'd carried me fucking destroyed dog back in the house, and she was finished. And it was my fault. I own that. It was my fault, mate. But you got to live with it. You fucking killed a family member, and it hurts.
I try to blame it on so many other things when it happened.
Exactly.
Bro.
You killed it, man. You killed a family.
It's a 10-minute break. If it wasn't for me going there, if it wasn't for her, then it wouldn't have happened. And I'm like, fuck, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been got a dog, bro.
You got to own it, mate. Your decision.
Those 7 years, mate. 100%. Those 7 years through, like, fucking, because, like, I was going through the breakup at that stage and fucking fighting to see my daughter, and I was only getting to see her once a week and every second weekend. So, like, that little bitch was my connection to my daughter and that, and then fucking I went and squashed her. And the worst thing was I checked under the car because she was deaf in her old age, like she was going deaf. So she never used to hear things and stuff like that. And she always used to lay in the shade under the car. So I got used to getting down on my knees and checking the car all the time. I got a phone call telling me I got to be somewhere in 10 minutes. It takes 7 minutes to drive into town, let alone fucking if you hit some fucking traffic. I rushed out the door. I left my phone behind and all and stuff like that. Just took what I needed to do. I checked underneath the car, but somehow, in my rush, didn't see her. Started the car up, started to move. She fucking realised what's going on. Tried to get out from underneath it, but there's like a roundabout at the front of the property. I'm going around the roundabout in a circle, so I never even So the way she was trying to back out, I'm chasing her still doing that circle. Straight over the top of her head.
Yeah. Rough.
Yep.
Pretty rough.
I couldn't even go out and fucking see what I did. I refused to go out and made my dad bury her.
Yeah, I didn't even fuck around, Monty. I didn't get upset, cry enough. I just ran up, scooped her up, got her in the car on my phone, nearest vets, after hours, emergency. Let's go.
When they're still alive,
in that situation, Jay,
adrenaline kicks in. You can
do
what you got to do.
Your heart's racing, bro. Like when I walked up, I was inspecting first. I could smell something, bro. I thought I popped her and like something's gonna be hanging out, like bowels or something. She shit herself. Nothing. There was nothing. It was farted, bro. Hectic. But I knew that leg was fucking done for, bro. The way she was moving it, I'm like, fuck. I was just praying she didn't lose her leg. You know what I mean? That was the biggest thing. I just fucking got her. I was rushing, I was panicking, go see my ex because we were a bit like fucked up arguing. So I was like, we better see the ex. She's pissed off.
I remember you telling me the story.
Yeah, bro. And then I just, speeding up and boom, Lucy just fucking clipped right in front of the car. Boom, both wheels. I was like, oh, fuck.
Both wheels scattering. I'm pretty sure that's what I'd done, mate. I'm pretty sure that's what I'd done. And the only consolation I could take was that I'd hit her head straight away, so like the poor little bitch didn't suffer.
I don't know if it would
Right.
be different on the road, bro.
But-
If the road would have fucked her up, but I was on dirt when she got run over. You know what I mean?
I so would have preferred to have run over her leg and do the same thing you got to do, James. Hey, just fucking kick into autopilot and do what you got to do to save your loved one.
Yeah,
and that's
bro,
what
fuck
men
that's what I
do.
was gonna say
We're
before,
fucking
mate.
problem solvers, mate. We're problem
That's why I was
solvers, and we
there at
don't.
that facility, bro. I was
Yeah,
in charge of.
and you
I
don't.
was second in
Yeah.
charge of fucking 500,000 chickens, brother. I had life on my hands.
Because
You know what I mean? I took that
yeah,
really seriously.
because I'd
Yeah,
killed
feel
her.
responsible.
Yeah.
Fucking oath, bro.
Because
No
I'd
bongs,
killed
bro.
her.
I still have the
Yeah.
drink and that, like the occasional joint, bro. But I wasn't fucking smoking pot like I am now. Nothing. I know how to take
Yeah.
responsibility and work hard, bro. More than some other people, but it's not even about that. You know what I mean? It's not even about that. It's just the experience we all get to have and share with each other. It's not about who's better,
Yeah.
who's doing what position I was in, and who cares, bro. Like there's heaps
Man.
of life left to go, so we shouldn't get so caught up with the old things. I reckon.
You've got to go
Moving
through
forward,
all
bro.
those things. You've got to go through all those things to become the person you're meant to be. So,
Fucking A, bro.
mate,
Like I said, you on Desi stream, mate. It's all character building, mate. It is.
it is character building. Fucking oath. Like, so many
And look,
trying
personally,
times are there to build your character.
I'm
Like
different to most.
the
I
day I
don't.
killed.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
Monty.
couldn't face it. Like the day I killed her, like because I'd killed her. Like as soon as I got home and I've been told I crossed my dog, like and crushed her, like and let alone I now I've got to go face my daughter. I could not go out and face what I did to my dog. I did not want to look at her disfigured, and I knew I'd disfigured her. And so I just I dumped that on my dad to bury me girl.
It's a bit different. Your dad didn't run you over either, mate. It's a bit hard to process both those things.
Yeah, facing your daughter as well as fucking dealing with that. You just crushed your
sorry.
dog to death. Like, I couldn't face it.
Was it an older dog or a younger dog?
And she was middle-aged at the time when I killed her.
Yeah, so I think with Lucy, she probably would have been a bit more flexible as a puppy with the bones and shit, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Softer bones.
Yes,
Uh,
fucking blessed, bro, big time. And with how fast I went over it too, like that would have played a part. But yeah, fuck, man, that was probably one of the scariest real life experiences. You know what I mean?
Fuck, no, that had stuck. Fuck.
Assist?
No, that's comment. That'd be fucking rough running your kid over. Reversing over your kid.
Monty said it best the other day, mate. It's the men in the family fall on the good men in the family of the family that fall on the sword for the rest of the family, especially the pets and the children.
Yeah.
You love your partner when you're with a partner or your wife, whatever, but when you have your children, they're your only true love, mate. You know what I mean? No one comes before them. Nobody. Not
That's
even
it.
your own parents anymore, mate. You know what I mean? I love my mum and dad, but nothing gets in the way of my kid if they did something that they'd regret it. You know what I mean? And that goes for any other human being that walks the face of the earth. You fuck with my kid.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing I'm
Or
glad.
my-
Like
or my
I've not
animal.
rely on my parents.
My-
Anything happened to me, I knew my daughter's safe because I know my parents would look after her well. My sister and husband were meant to be, and my brother-in-law, her husband, were meant to be my children's godparents, but looks like fucking. My sister will still be around, but maybe like with miracles. Still, I'm not fucking giving up hope for anything now. Like, but if the worst comes to worst, like fucking my daughter will lose her godfather. But it's weird.
Life's a bitch, but it's our greatest teacher, man. We learn lots at this place. Whatever this place
It's a
actually
mongrel
is.
of a country. Yeah, exactly. Whatever this fucking place is and what it's meant to be, it's a fucking mongrel cunt of a place. It's not
look,
easy.
I
Definitely, it's
think
not
our job,
easy,
bro,
but fucking
we've got a little book
the
that
little
tells us
bits.
to find the beauty and all that, bro. To pass on
Yeah,
to the
you got
next
to find
heaven on earth,
yeah,
bro.
the
You have to
silver
make heaven on
lining in
earth.
every cloud. And
And like that's the thing. We're out of the non-physical form into a physical form, bro. with all the temptations and sins, all the possibilities and fucking everything. This is the thing, I've said it before. This lifetime, bro, like everything on this planet, we can experience every fucking pleasure, every drug, every fucking anything, bro. Experimental research wise, you can plug technology into your body now and all this other shit. They're doing crazy things, bro. We're in the most interesting time, and all that we're caught up, and everyone's still anxious, overthinking, fucking. They got their mental health problems. Everybody, bro, and they're playing on like it's all good, and we're gonna keep building this fucking shit that's better than us, lad. In every way, in terms of memory, its memory's perfect. Our memory's flawed. We don't remember things exactly how they were. We remember things how we think they were. That's the flawed
exactly.
thing.
Like that's the thing, and a lot of memories are false planted as well. They're
That's
like
right,
fucking falsely planted. You've heard other people talking and stuff like that as a young child, and you take that conversation on as a memory somehow. Like, it's weird. It's been proven.
Well, what I've done
shit
is
happens.
when I started fucking with psychedelics, I started psychoanalyzing everybody and my own people, my family, and then finding the characteristics in me that I've seen in my mum, my pop, my dad, my nan, my fucking step parents, and other people who had influence over me growing up. Just those, like, all those characteristics, you know what I mean? The influence that has on a young person growing up it's key to their development later on. Despite the other 400,000 personality characteristics that they develop after the age of 8 years old, but you've got a big influence on the youngers when you're around them. So you try and do the right thing, inspire them.
First 6 months, mate, fucking babies taking most of all they ever fucking need in their first 6 months of life. Fucking, that's amazing the sponge they are in that fucking first 6 months.
That's it. And like for a good upbringing in my life, bro, like a lot of what I've seen growing up is a lot of what's around me today, in a way, in terms of like the alcohol, the pot, the smoking. Like I took that up as well instead of fucking staying on the track of hard drugs, which my family's also done.
That's the other thing I learned in that drug behaviour program to get my driver's license back. I was sitting there trying to talk about percentages, like what percentages of people you think fucking smoke cannabis in Australia, and that I'm like, fucking hell, like. What's the percentage? I think it's like fucking 60% have admitted to using it, right? Trying it. So it'd be somewhere like, yes, 30% or something like that. We thought some other people thought it'd be 50% and stuff like that of the population that smoked. It's come down to about 12% of the population, and she's fucking the chick who's run the behaviour program. So the council was trying to explain that. We think the numbers are higher because they're the things we're into. So therefore we gravitate to the people that are also into those things and then because of that, we get this skewed idea of society being filled with a lot more people like us because that's what you're hanging around with than there really is. But then I questioned the theory on that as well. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, but like how many people, like was this a blind survey? Because like if they had to put their name down, most people are going to lie about what they do and what they've done.
As long as you can find good people that stand by their morals, my bro, I think we'll be all right. Fuck the rest of society and the sheep will come. The people that want their heads buried in the sand and living that way. And I understand it. You know, it's the influence growing up as well. We're told, well, get your own house, start your own little family, all of that. You know,
go to work and pay tax.
And who the fuck's actually chasing their dreams and making their dreams come true, bro? So I'm still looking for the people that have made all their dreams come true, brother. You know? You won't find anyone like that, and a lot of those cunts are dodgy anyway, to a degree, because of what they have to do to get it. You know, it's all material, the things we want.
It's a false projection, bro. It's a false projection that made us keep us fucking sheeple in line. Pay tax, go to work. Pay tax, go to work. You think in 20 years you're going to own a home? No, you're not. You're going to be either more in debt, or you're going to be the same place you were. The only way to succeed in life is that. There's two types of people that fuck everyone over to get there, or people who are smart enough to think outside the box. That's all it is. And just because the government says it's illegal doesn't mean it's illegal, because they do the same shit. They've just made it illegal for us and legal for them. That's all it
It
is.
used to be attainable for us to get a house and own a house and stuff like that, right? But in the last fucking 2 decades, 2.5 decades, maybe 3, since about the 90s, right, they changed the housing system in Australia. So it wasn't geared for individuals to own their house. It was geared for fucking 10% of the fucking population owning all the fucking houses and renting it out to the other 90% for fucking way more than it was worth, because they want to pay their mortgage off and not like get you to pay their mortgage off. Also pay them a profit into their pocket.
Rich versus poor.
And then they got also fucking negative gearing. The government introduced negative gearing. So if you got one house and then you took a second mortgage out on that first house you got to buy a second one, and then if that second one was a fixer-upper, right? So you had to spend money into it, more money than you earn on fucking the rent for it, then you didn't have to pay taxes on your other house either. They got to pay themselves off. The house would pay the other house off by negative gearing, and then you could get a third house, fourth house, fifth house, and that. And it was just all rich cunts that could do this shit, and none of us could do it. They changed the marketing. Changed the Australian housing marketing for people into an investor's market instead of a homeowner's market.
If the poor didn't farm, Monty, the rich would have to eat their money.
Their money, for sure. Yeah, and that's why I'm always got the piss shits, like, because I reckon, like, right, because I get crap shit every time I go to an auction and stuff like that, and fucking watch people realistically, like, they couldn't produce a cow for the money they're getting sold for at an auction, right? So these people are pretty much working for nothing, like growing cows for people to eat for nothing. They're not making any profit, the farmer, but yet when that goes to Coles and the butchers after it's killed, it's fucking upmarketed by 300%. And then for that farmer to buy his own steak back, he's paying like fucking ridiculous, mate. Like it's so. I always thought like farmers should boycott selling, like hold on to our stuff and starve the cities out. It'd take a week before the cities ran out of food, and then they'd be crying and realise how important farmers fucking are.
Yeah, no one would have their avos on toast, their fucking beef burgers or their cappuccinos every morning, because there'd be no milk, there'd be no beef, and there'd be no fucking fresh produce.
Yeah.
And then all they have to do is the middleman in between. The middleman's already there. The truck drivers just go on boycott with the farmers, and that's it. It's all over. What do you think you want to move to the bush? I'm over this shit. This materialistic fucking I need, I want. You don't need any of that shit.
No.
You don't. You've been told you need
power. You're giving all your power over to these cunts for convenience, bro. That's what people need to realise. When you look at money the way you do fucking the way like some people do God in these Eastern countries, when we look at money that way, that's why we're all fucked up, bro. You know?
Honestly, Jay, mate, I said this to Banana Farmer. I think it was in private. It might have been on live. I'd give up everything tomorrow, not including my daughter, including every material possession, to go live a lifestyle like that in the bush, to be away from this shit. And I'd rather have to get up every morning at 4, 3, 5 o'clock and work my cunt out for 18 hours than be stuck in this shit, because it's rewarding. You feel fulfilled. You go to bed tired. You know, you got fresh food. You know, you're helping your neighbour and you're helping you. None of this shit. This means nothing where I live in suburbia. It's all just smoke and mirrors and shit. And it costs top dollar. You work your ass out and you break your back for what? To pay tax? No, man.
40%.
Convenience. Like you give up your freedom for convenience. That's damn that's right. Have you've seen that little clip on IG as well, where they fucking olden days, people walking past and that guy trying to sell them a fridge and stuff like that, and they're like, "What's this?"
Electricity, bro. They're trying to sell electricity, bro. So we become dependent on these things, and we sacrifice doing these things ourselves, like making a fire and cooking your food that way. Instead, you've got gas and electric appliances because you've forgotten how to be a human, bro. You've sacrificed our power all over to these corporations for medicines because you're fucking too stupid to even pick up a book and read what plants can do for you. All of these things, bro, that we can do to help ourselves, and no one's doing them, bro. There's a handful that are. I shouldn't say no one.
You can spend 5 minutes rubbing 2 sticks together and create a fire to burn the same material, mate. People are fucking stupid.
Bone drill, mate.
We used to have Malcolm Douglas on the TV. You don't see none of that shit now. It's just how to use your iPhone.
Do you know, I still have VCR tapes up in my shearing shed of Malcolm Douglas, fucking all his adventures, man. I was obsessed with that stuff as a kid. It's all I ever wanted to do was
Fucking oath,
just
Monty.
just take off to the bush
Yeah.
and live wild, mate. And I'm so glad, like, I lived on an army base, like, fucking at the age of about 13 or 12 to 14 or so, right? Because it was just like in Newcastle, Stockton, right? Fucking the army base is just out of town, like it's about fucking 3 or 4 k's out of town. I used to have to ride about 5 k's to get into town, and then an extra 2 k's around town. Right? So it'd be a 7k ride to town and back from the army base if I wanted to go see my friends. No one. There was a couple other married quarters on the army base, but no one fucking lived there other than like. Well, there was a couple of other staff sergeants there, but their kids were really young, and that so we didn't see them very often. Most of it was all bush, sand dunes, and it was like 200 meters from my back door was the beach. I surfed all the time and stuff like that. But then also, as fucking, I used to make spears, right, and a woomera, right, fucking chuck, and then fucking at night time, like pretty much fucking go around in a loincloth trying to practice living like a wild cunt. Right? I was fucking lucky I never got caught, actually, when I think about it. Like, it would have been fucking embarrassing getting caught. Walking around doing that shit as a kid.
Hey, Monty, you have every right. You have every right to do that. You're Aboriginal, lad. Even anyone can do.
That's the thing, anyone can do it and stuff, but I had a drive. That's all I wanted to do. Like, and my dream was to go, like, because on Malcolm Douglas, you learned about Buccaneer Archipelago, right? The thousands of little islands that are just off Broome up there, right? And how, like, because he's really good in with the Aboriginals up there and stuff like that, and they've taught him so much knowledge and stuff like that. He learned how to just like catch the tides and stuff, like, because he always had a boat. He didn't have to catch the tides. But when he was visiting the islands and stuff like that, he'd run into elders and stuff on their little fucking mangrove raft. It wasn't a canoe, it was just a raft, right, that they sat on, half submerged, and they would just catch the tides between the islands and try and hunt turtle and dugong while they were doing it. But in the winter time, right, there's a fish called frogfish that live on the islands that like you just wait to, I think you can hit the islands at fucking some of the lower islands that don't really, they only appear during low tide. High tide is about 2 feet deep. You walk along and these frogfish live in a hole. Just drop the bait down there, pull them, they hook on straight away, pull them out. That's your winter food up there.
Yeah.
Like, Malcolm Douglas was so good because he sort of like, because of his acceptance into Aboriginal culture, he got to learn how the Aboriginals live seasonally up there and stuff like that. So it was my dream to go up to Buccaneer Archipelago and just live like that. Fucking, yeah. But then, the world sucks you into having fucking buying fucking assets and fucking things, and those things end up being an anchor. They control you. Like, you're stuck looking after those things. Once you have possessions, they sort of own you. You don't own them. They own you. You don't have freedom when you got possessions.
It's someone else's shit to deal with when you
100%.
die. Hey, remember when Malcolm Douglas took his team from Tasmania to Victoria? Fucking with a 44-gallon drum, fucking ampole fucking bill in the cunt and his dog. Remember that,
Yep.
Monty?
Yep.
That's my, this cunt is a legend, mate. Been out.
Do you know me and my mate?
Shit.
Me and my mate have got the same plan to do. We want to go over to fucking from Victoria to Tassie or Tassie to Victoria on a Zodiac.
I hope you got fucking Navy SEALs here, bro. Fucking hell. That's hectic.
because he's like a commando, he can get access to dry suits and stuff like that. So we'd have to have a dry suit as a must because like the water's so cold. If we come off the Zodiac, you're dying pretty quickly.
What is it, about 10 minutes?
Yeah,
10 minutes,
probably
that,
about
the
10
body
minutes
cuts down?
before you fucking, and then you just drown and, you got no
I
energy
know
to
at the
even
7 minute
start
mark, your
moving.
body's starting to shut down, but yeah, like usually about, 10 minutes let on and you're starting to get fucked.
Yeah, 10 minutes of swimming and then you pretty much, your body cramps up and fucking freezes so you can't move anymore and fucking you die.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just go to sleep.
anxious. Hey, down stuff. Hey, Marcus. Nana Farmer. Hey, Legends. Thirsty. LHLR, brother. God
Fuck, my
bless you.
heart skipped a beat before it dropped into me guts when I read Banana's comment, and then I had to hit the comments. I'm like, thank fuck she was alright, mate. That's
Yeah,
hectic.
lucky that gravel was laid thick, man. Jeez, could you imagine the fucking, man, how low his heart would have sunk when he got out the truck and realised what the fuck he's hit? You'd be shattered, like you'd just be expecting the worst, and then just be fucking so relieved that fucking it wasn't.
It's unfortunate. It's taken a lot of death and accidents before they put rear cameras and sensors as well as alarms on vehicles now. I just don't like those new alarms they put on the buckets and shit. It's like a instead of a loud siren. Fucking stupid. Most people don't
Yeah.
even hear it.
Yeah.
Sounds like radio frequency squelch or static.
Or high pressure air being let out of a fucking
Yeah.
air compressor when you let go of the button.
Yeah.
Fill an air compressor up and then squeeze the button. It's
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I think it's they must be pneumatic anyway. They must be just an air release
I think
valve.
that's why it does make that noise like an air compressor when you're letting air go, because it's pneumatic.
I suppose, though, Monty, if people are that complacent and they've been in that environment long enough, they don't even fucking hear the normal one. So, it's only people that are vigilant. They always, like I still now. I'm 37 years old. I look both ways twice before I cross the road, and I still look them back because I know someone could come around the corner at 100 k's, some crackhead, and then fucking that's it. My daughter hasn't got a father. And like Jay made earlier, like the microsleeves, it only takes 2 seconds or a half a second. It doesn't even take fucking. Man, a lot can happen in 15 seconds, let alone 2.
Yeah.
It's just bang. As soon as you look down or blink, that's it. It's all over, man. It's fucking just happens that quick. And then what transpires after that, obviously, is a lot longer. But fuck, that's just all the carnage that's taking place. It's fucking it's not. The old man even told me when he was younger, he looked down to get a fucking tape off the floor and he ran into someone and fucking fucked their car completely.
Yeah.
It was half a second. Or got pissed, missed, didn't listen to no one and hit the back of an XB and nearly severed his whole leg off.
Cool. Yeah, I had a car accident and broke my fucking neck.
Oh, fucking hell.
Worst thing about it is I don't like. I remember pulling onto the freeway and going down the freeway, and then waking up to a lady and knocking on the window of the car, going, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I'm coming out of it like a dream, like, what the fuck is going on? And I turned to look at her to say, yeah, and me fucked the pain in my neck, and I just went, oh, my neck. And she just like, well, don't fucking move and stuff. You've been in a really bad car accident. I'm like, what? And that she goes, yeah, you've gone to a couple of trees and stuff like that. Don't move and that. I'm like, you're bullshitting me. And that, so I'm trying to open my eyes and look out the front window at my bonnet and stuff like that. And I see my bonnet's all crumpled up. I'm like, oh, fuck. Wow, there has been an accident, that. And I'm like, well, I don't even remember how it would have started or anything like that. And then I hear her talking to a couple of people and stuff like that. And it was snow season and Sunday night and that. And fucking apparently another car had clipped me and hit me off the road. Like that was fucking full of about 4 or 5 fucking cunts coming back from the snow in a hurry to get back to Melbourne. They didn't. they took off after I got put in the ambulance and stuff like that, and the cops hadn't arrived by that stage. The cops arrived at the hospital after I'd got to the hospital in Shepparton. They come interviewed me briefly there, and that I could only say what I'd heard, like, and because I had no memory other than fucking her knocking on the window. And saying that I'd been in an accident. That's where my memory started, other than getting onto the freeway. And that, so it's like all I heard was them talking to another carload of people that they'd clipped me. But like fucking that's all hearsay now, like until you talk to them, like other witnesses and stuff like that. And then I got flown from Shepparton Hospital down to Melbourne because they wanted to fuse my neck together because it was fucking that. Yeah, it was an unstable fracture. When I got down there and stuff like that, I was just like, no, I don't want to have my neck fused like that. This, man, it's going to be hard to turn and stuff like that. I'll have to turn my whole body to look at someone instead of just being able to turn my head, stuff like that. So I'm like, what's the alternative to fucking the surgery? And they go, oh, you got to wear a neck collar for 3 months, and that may not work. And that, I did the collar for 3 months and never went back to see whether it knitted together or not.
Fucking hell, Monty. That's hectic, man. I didn't break my neck, but the shit I've been through with mine, even just with the minor injuries, it's fucking... Mate, people don't realise how bad whiplash is, let alone you physically breaking your neck. They wanted to fuse my neck, and I said, no, and my surgeon said, no, he's way too young. He'll just fuck his whole life.
Whiplash
that's
is
why
so bad.
Had a more barbecue
Whiplash.
left side 2 weeks ago today, and it's fucking painful, mate. Well, I put up with a lot of pain, yeah. You could probably break my arm and I'll be like, yeah, can't bring it on. But I don't know. Having sunburn under the skin, I don't recommend it to anyone.
No. And whiplash, if you get fucking severe whiplash as a young person and stuff like that, like fucking teen, like from young child to yeah, like before you're an adult as a teenager, and it goes untreated, it will fucking permanently change the shape of your spine. You will lose the curve of your spine, and your neck will fucking end up facing the wrong way, curving the wrong way as well. Like I copped severe fucking I copped severe fucking whiplash as a kid, being in a car accident, fucking, and never got treated for it. I got ran over, hit and run by a drunk cunt off my push bike, and that never got treated for it. And then found out when I was an adult, and my spine's already fused that way now, like, because I'm an adult now, and that, you've lost all the fucking curve to your spine, your neck curve and your lower back curve.
Yeah, imagine back then there was no TAC, and it would have been minimal if there was. I mean, I've heard more stories. They say people didn't have many accidents back then. There was less people, but I've heard more people hitting that situation off a bike or run over on the footpath, crossing the road than car accidents back in 70s, 80s, 60s even. I mean, people back in the 60s didn't even have headrest at a certain point, or 50s, J, mate. So you'd snap your neck if you had an accident on impact, just crack.
You'd find two people get in the car. Yeah, they end up catching the drunk driver that hit and run me off the road and stuff like that. I did get TSC compo. I wasn't allowed to touch it until I turned 18 because it happened when I was like grade 2 or grade 3. And over, right? I got $16,000, right? It got locked away in a government trust fund until I turned 18. Right? You would think $16,000 locked away for fucking what? Would have been close to 10 years or maybe more. Like by the time I turned 8, to say I was 8 when I got hit, when I turned 18, 10 years locked away in a government trust fund. Did not grow any. They kept all the fucking, percentage rate when it fucking, any money that it grew being locked away in there, and when you get fucking compounded interest, and that it should have grown something like by $5,000 or $6,000 over those fucking 10 years, but the government kept it all. Dirty fuckers.
Considering what happened to you, should have been a substantial amount more. I know the money was different, but then it was only like 28 to 50 grand for a decent house, and a 50 grand to get you a pretty good fucking house. But even now, I tell people, like, if you've got money to buy private health insurance or have your own fucking barrister,
You
best
waste
you
your
do,
time.
because the max you get for being fully disabled in this country, and that's paralysed, is only $1.6
You
million.
don't
What is
need
that buy?
help.
Lucky
You
to
don't need
buy your
health
fucking house
insurance to
these
get
days.
that, bro. You can get insurance through your
Mate,
super.
1.6
Yeah, but that only
million
covers so
dollars.
much too, Joe, mate. I only got
No,
100
you
grand in
get
my super, and the lawyers
Yeah,
always
no,
take
no,
a
And
big
you got to
chunk
be
of that money.
careful.
If you pay your insurance every
Plus,
month,
with
you
your
can get a
super,
fucking
Joe,
$2
mate.
million
Like,
payout if you fuck yourself up permanent disability. If you got your super
yeah,
set
Joe,
up.
but
mate,
if you claim
I was
on some of
construct.
that, if you claim on that, it'll null and void your life insurance part of your fucking
Yeah,
super. Yeah,
I
they've
mean,
got
for
little
right.
traps
$2
in.
million,
They've got
bro,
sneaky
yeah.
little traps with it.
It's
That's why you
extortion.
need
And
a
then if
lawyer
you
to
try
go
and get the
through it.
dole and you own a house or you've got any savings, good luck. You can't get even disability pension. The fact I had no
Mm,
money is the fact I got a disability pension. I got a
yeah.
$105,000 payout from CBUS because of the industry I was in. I didn't even get any of the Inco link, which was up to about 15 grand for every break. Every break's a few $1,000s. And then the lawyers
Yeah.
took about fucking 11 grand from me. So I had about 92. Do you know what 92 did in about 6 months? In bills and the cost and expenditure I already owed, it went to nothing, bro. All I did was buy some new clothes, buy 2 cars, one SS for myself and one SS for my sister. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it, bro. The rest of it all went to bills. 100 grand is nothing. $1 million now is nothing. So if you get 1.6 for being someone
$1.6 million.
paralyzed,
$1.6 million being paralysed will probably pay for about a
Well, if you
year,
spend your
maybe,
fucking,
of
if you
your
spend
care.
that
3-4
sort of
years,
money on
Yeah,
clothes and
because you still
maybe
cars,
get
3 or
medical stuff,
4
but it
years.
doesn't. What's a normal house worth now? 700 to 1.2 for a shitty house, right? So if that's the money, where do you get the extra stuff that TAC won't pay for? You've got to turn that money into investment. I'm lucky I'm not fucked. I can feed myself and I can wipe my own
bunch of
ass. As
errors, man, bro.
fucked as
That's
I
good.
am,
That's good.
if I get that payout, I can't even
But the
fucking just
worst
buy a
thing,
house. I
right?
have to invest and go
But
back
to
to work.
invest it, right? Like, say you got this split, like you're permanently disabled, right? You get that 1.6 million payout for fucking your super. It costs you 1.2 to build to get a nice house, because you're going to have it decked out for you being paralysed and shit like that. Hopefully you can get one for 1.2. The other $400,000 you're left with probably will have to go to upgrades to the house or something like that, maybe, or fucking carers, unless you're lucky enough to have family look after you and stuff like that. If you are, I think you're entitled to have a nurse come and see you and stuff under the care for program anyway, like once a day or something like that. But that $400,000 isn't going to last very fucking long.
No.
Buying food, paying rates, paying bills and shit like that, you can't earn anymore because you're disabled. The best thing you could do was probably invest that $400,000, but you could only afford to invest that $400,000 if you don't have to spend that $400,000 on other upgrades and the rest of your care, like for that
Yeah,
next year
and
after
I
you purchase
guarantee it, because
the
it's
house.
separate, depending on the level of care you need. So if you're not paralysed like myself, do you think I'm going to be able to obtain or keep my disability pension come when I get paid out? That's going to be a difficult. I'm going to have to go and see legal advice separately to what I am to try and keep that as it is. Because realistically, as much as I might get, even if I get as little as 600 grand, they go, you can't keep your disability pension. That fucks me. Where does that go?
Yeah.
Well, say I buy a house tomorrow and I get my medicals paid for if I'm lucky. The scale on medical houses is between 75,000 and nearly 400,000. It's like, I think it's 380 or 425,000, the max that people need for a facility at their house. That's a lot of money on top of what you have to pay for a property and a house and everything else. So good luck with fucking that. And the funny thing
When
is,
mine
if you're
speaks,
paralysed and you got no family, do you think the government actually helps you? No, they'll be holding your money and you'll be getting minimal care.
well, you're not going to help yourself if you're buying cars and clothes with that
You'll
100K
cop
either.
someone from
Bills too, but
NDIS
Yeah, but
who
hey,
scams you.
J-mate, I
You'll
had
cop
nothing.
someone
I
from
physically had
NDIS who
nothing, bro.
I know
scams
what
you,
you
mate.
mean, bro. I know what you mean.
Physically, and I don't own a home. If I owned a home, it wouldn't have been so bad. But I couldn't even get a rental because I didn't have 12 months income. I couldn't even. I tried bribing the real estate. I'll give you $3,000 on the side, and plus the fucking things they put me in. Nah, can't do it. Laws have
Lol's
changed.
hard. He doesn't want his
Can't do it.
dinner. He's
Okay.
whinging to go for his walk.
What's
The
wrong with your
dog's
dog,
whinging to
bro?
go for his walk. He wants to go for his walk. He can hear the other dogs inside nagging me
Fucking hell.
mum to go out the
He's got
walk. So
Bluetooth,
like he's
bro. All I
trying
can
to
hear is him
anticipate
screaming
the
through
thing.
your mic.
I think I might just open the door, let him out, and let him up to the front door so he can nag at my old girl with the rest of the dogs. I reckon he's just staring at the front door, waiting for them to get let out of the door so they can all go running off together. And I'll let him out. I'm pretty sure they're an hour early anyway, and they're not due to go for their walk for another half an hour, 45 minutes. So they're just trying to bully me to take them early.
You think they're off because the weather's a bit fucking average?
I just like to bully me mum. My mum, it's funny, like she'll yell at them and stuff like that, but won't hit them and stuff to make them do what they're told. And she'll grab a stick, right, to threaten to hit them, but she'll hit the nearest, like she'll hit the couch instead of the dog or something like that. So the dog never learns a lesson, and they just think, oh, she will never ever do anything like to us. We can just bully her and force her into stuff.
It's funny you say that, Monty. It's a bit of a polar opposite, but I used to see this Sheila had it was over 100 kilo Siberian Husky. Malou, his name was. He's a beautiful dog, but he had a dominance issue. Whereas if you were in the bedroom with her, he'd try and fucking mount you, and then other people, he knew he had it over him. And she used to have this big fucking roll of newspaper and a stick, and she never really hit him. And it got to the point where sometimes she did, and I said, "You can't. It's not going to work. There's only one thing that'll change this." And she's like, "What's that?" And I raised my voice one time after he tried to jump on me when I was having sex with her, and fucking I elbowed him, a beauty, which hurt me more than him, I can assure you. But I said, "Well, you need that, you need that male dominant voice." I said, "I know you're dominant in this house, but it took the right person, a good bloke with the dominance, to not back down before he started actually. He changed his behaviour." And I was only with the Sheila for a few months on and off, but he was my best friend. Used to walk him.
Because dogs are just like wolves, right? Dogs are just like wolves, right? We bring them into our family, right? So they think we're just a wolf or as well, right? So if a girl has a dog, right, he's going to think he's top dog, she's top bitch of the pack. Some other dude comes in sniffing around his bitch, like even just coming into his house, like, and if you're not fucking strong enough, love trying to mount you. I had a couple of friends that had, an American Australian bulldog, but the large ones, right?
What, a 60 kilo dog, 70 kilo dog?
Yeah, right. And every male that ever come to the house, the dog would fuck, right? And they'd have to pull them off, and like nobody ever did anything. But like every time I ever rocked up to the house, the dog never ever tried, wouldn't even try to try and hunt me, let alone fucking what he'd do. Yeah, it was so funny and stuff like that. And it's like, just, I don't know, like he could probably obviously smell on me straight away that you're not getting away with any of that shit, mate. I've had dogs. I've had bigger dogs.
An idea, Monty. I don't hit animals. It's very rare for me to ever put my hands on an animal. They have to attack me. But him and one other pit bull that was about I think he was about nearly 60 kilo, and he didn't try and attack me, but it was just this constant dominance thing. And I said to my mate, if it does one more time, I'm going to jaw him. And when I say that, the way I fight is I've got long arms. I don't throw my arms. I throw my body. So just give him a little tap, and you don't hurt them. They just fucking, hang on, what happened there? Oh shit, he hit me. And it's not like the dog yelped or anything, but even the 100 kilo husky, I had him, he football tackled me in the room. He jumped up and put his legs around me and went for fucking whatever he was going to do. And I had to physically elbow him as hard as I could in the jaw because I had 100 kilos on my back. I was only a 70 kilo bloke, if that. So, call me a fucking an animal basher, but I'm not. Sometimes in a certain situation when you're outweighted, you got no other option. And the dog respected me after that. It didn't fear me. It did not fear me. Don't get me wrong. But we had a friendship after that. He's like, he knew. He's like, no, I'm the alpha, mate.
You look at the way dogs treat each other, right? If a dog's misbehaving and showing the wrong body language to a superior dog in the pack and stuff like that, that dog tells it off. Like they'll bite them and like They're not trying to kill them. They don't grab their throats and try and rip them, especially pack mates and that. But they'll bite them on the nose and on the muzzle to let them know that's bad behaviour. Don't do that. You
That's
could do
right.
the same thing with your dogs. Like teach them that you don't get away with that. And when you got big hunting dogs and stuff like, and if you've actually hunted big dogs like that and they've been killing things, you really have to be dominant. And they're that big of a dog, like 100-kilo dogs, like I say, like. It's no use punching them. You just hurt yourself. No use kicking them even.
Yeah.
You just hurt
No.
yourself. Right? And that
You got to
strong,
use
it just hurts you.
verbal
So, like,
dominance and body language. That's it. I mean, like, and
usually
you show them more love than fucking hurt, and they seem to respond to it too.
as a pup, like, I'd be hard on my hunting dogs, especially pig dogs. Like, but I wasn't like hard. I didn't hit them with sticks and stuff. What I did was rolled up newspaper, right? It stings, but it makes a loud noise when it whacks. So the dog actually thinks it's copping a bigger belting than it is because of the noise. Right? The noise is scaring it more than anything than actually being hit. The newspaper, as you're hitting them, fucking just falls apart. And you only get about 3 or 4 whacks in before the newspaper's useless and falling apart. But it made a hell of a lot of noise and stung their bum a little bit when they're pups. If you're doing that to them as our puppies, it seemed to really like instill that you were the top dog and not to fuck with them. And then from then on, I only ever had to raise my voice and they would stop whatever they were doing straight away. But fucking, yeah, like other dogs, house dogs and pet dogs, I don't like, I don't ever like to hit and stuff like that or smack them. I'll correct bad behaviour and that. But yeah, I don't like to hit my dogs or anything like that.
Well, mum's she's a blue pitty cross American bulldog, and look, she's not aggressive, but she still has traits, yeah. And when she was a pup, mum worked for 3 months. I used to walk her and that. And if she bit me because he got needle teeth, I'd actually verbally tell her, if you bite me, I'm going to fucking bite you back. And I've done it to dogs. You bite them on the rolls of their neck or their fucking ear, even. Just not hard. You don't hurt them. You don't physically do things out of malice, but.
On their cheek.
If Van Dan's there, his grandfather, as soon as he meets a dog in the home, he'll bite it on the ear pretty firm. And then the dog loves him after that because you're asserting your dominance. If you don't, I've been to mates joints and they run all over the furniture. They they go to the door, attack each other. Like, that's not social behaviour. That's just, they do what they fucking want.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when it comes to a child or another person, you usually you're in serious trouble at some point. We've got no fear of that with her.
And stuff like that. Big dogs and stuff like that. Like, it's usually against the dog's nature, right? Because like dogs are pack animals, right? So their survival depends on their babies and the young ones, puppies and stuff like that. So like that's it's very rare and like really often, like when you see people fucking. When a dog attacks a child and kills a child and stuff like that, and they want to ban pitties or whatever dog did it and stuff like that, have them banned, it's not that dog's fault. It's the owner's fault. They went wrong somewhere with that dog because that dog, it was against that dog's natural instinct to even attack its pack's fucking baby.
Isn't it amazing, Monty? If you have tapered Rotties or Alsatians or even sorry, not Alsatians, I meant to say German Shepherds and that, you need a special security license to have them a certain way. But you can go and own a pit bull, let it be an absolute fucking menace. It gets out and kills everyone's livestock or their kid or their dog. It's okay. It's fucked. It needs to be a bit different regulation on it. Rather than ban the dog, ban the fucking humans from.
There's no bad dog. There's only bad owners, mate. Fucking that's one thing I learned. It's one thing I learned. Like fucking, some dogs are mischievous and have bad personalities and have fucking some bad things about them and stuff like that, where they want to fight other dogs and fucking just want to be real dominant cunts. But it's up to you as the owner to fucking recognise that personality and therefore stop that dog from being able to do it. I don't know.
100%. You know as well as I do. You turn those traits into valuable tools, and they become the dog's assets rather than their flaws.
Same thing here, Batgirl. They did the same thing with Pitties here. But fucking people just got around it by changing the name of the breed into all sorts of different. Started calling them American Staffies and stuff like that, Staffs.
Yeah, I don't call her Am Staff. She's just a pit bull, man. She's just her grandparent,
Yeah.
her grandfather's a champion Jeep paper dog worth fucking probably 15, 20 grand.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you can see it in her coat, she's got brindle stripes that just look like red.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing they
She's not
did do is
pure.
like
She's
if you
got
had a
bulldog,
pit
but
bull, if you had a pit bull, you had to get them desexed. Yeah. And that's the way they're trying to get rid of pit bulls out of Australia because they banned them sort of as a breed. But because people had them and stuff like that, they just tried to force people to go get all their pit bulls desexed so they couldn't breed any more fucking babies and therefore would get rid of the breed in Australia.
when
But it's
most
not
people
working.
don't know because they're ignorant, they're actually a nanny dog. They're bred to be a nanny
The
dog.
most, oh man, they're the most like pit bulling. Like if you really look into the history of the dog, like they were bred for hunt. Like they would bet on a bull that would put a bull in a ring and then unleash 4 or 5 of those dogs onto them and stuff like that, and bet on who was going to win, the bull or the dogs. Anything with a pit and fucking the name of the dog after, like, or a name of an animal after, it's usually because they were both fighting them.
And if you look
It was
who
like-
actually started it or whatever, it was the rich community, as always. They're satanic fucking bullshit they do.
Yeah, bulldogs were originally bred for fighting bulls in a pit as well, just like pit bulls. And pit bulls are bred from bulldogs. Were created from bulldogs. But then after a while, like they must got bored with just fighting bulls and stuff like that, and then started matching their dogs up against each other and stuff like that, and then breeding their dogs to have those wrinkles, because wrinkles on a bulldog's face is actually like blood grooves, so he can still hang on to a throat and fucking hang like rip it
Yeah,
apart.
and isn't it funny?
without getting
The 3 breeds
any
that
of
they
it in the
used all
nostrils.
have small teeth. Like they used boxers as well. Have you ever seen boxers' teeth? Their lips are bigger than their teeth. How the fuck they hang on to a bull? So they made it fair competition. So the dogs couldn't kill
If
the
you
bull
ever
too easy.
Oh, mate, usually the dogs would die. Like, usually the bull would win in those fair bets and stuff back in the days. Like, maybe one dog would last out of the 5 that managed to get a bull down after, like, they'd been chewing and fighting for fucking 45 minutes more. But, yeah, like, mastiffs, English mastiffs, they were bred for hunting poachers.
That's why we've got all those giant breeds and different parts of the world, yeah?
Yeah, they were bred by nobles to hunt down people that were sneaking onto their land to hunt animals.
So French Mastiffs would be the same as Bordeaux. They're massive. They're 80-kilo dogs. And then you've got what are those ones, the Tibetan.
All mastiffs bred for the
100
same
kilos.
thing.
Yeah.
All mastiffs
That's why I
are bred
reckon a
for
lot
the
of
same
dogs
thing.
that have got
Except
that
for bull
red browny
mastiffs.
colour, it's come
Bull
through
mastiffs.
Mastiff bloodlines.
Bull mastiffs are a cross between a bulldog and a mastiff and stuff, and bred them into their own breed, and that's why they look a little bit different to fucking English mastiffs and Neapolitan mastiffs and fucking Bordeaux, and because they have become their own breed, but they're bred from fucking mastiffs and bulldogs, hence the bull mastiff. But bull mastiffs were bred for fucking hunting bulls and stuff like that, also betting on bulls. Fighting bulls.
I love Bordeaux, man. They just drool too much. Big fucking shoelaces.
Yeah. You just got to be real careful with them for the first 2 years because of the weight there, and because they're such a big dog, it's too much weight on their hips and joints, and you can't let them jump off they can't even jump off your couch like onto the ground because they'll put their hips out and stuff like that because they're so heavy in those first couple of years.
Yeah, Mum just said most of them are artificially inseminated, or all of them, because it's just too much strain. She was a dog groomer, so she fucking knows a fair bit. But yeah, it's probably the best thing to grow up with dogs and lots of different dogs. Other people having all different little dogs and big dogs.
Fucking hell.
Keepers,
Sorry,
nice dogs.
yeah,
Exactly.
mate. I was just doing dinner for the
Wolfhounds
dog.
bred for hunting wolves, but yeah, also attack dogs. Rottweilers also were bred for fucking war.
Yeah.
Used as war
Yeah, a
dogs.
lot of the German breeds, they're serious. You don't fucking mistreat them, man. Very powerful dogs. Even Jay's dog, his dog's serious
She's
bloodline.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
crossed between that and fucking Lycan Shepherd. That was a dad, bro. I've shown you those before. They're off their head, bro. That's where she's got all that black in her and whatnot. Some main.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. The Lycan Shepherds
black.
were used by the SS troopers, mate.
Yeah, bro. Good dog. Good dog.
And hey, if you think this, I always make this statement: the Germans were 80 years in advance in technology. So imagine what they were
You know
doing
what I
with
should
those
start
dogs.
doing that? I should learn fucking sit, stay, come all in German just so I can fucking.
Yeah, bro. Dad used to talk to his boxer in German. I could speak to it in German. He'd understand. It was only a few phrases, but he knew it.
She knows the hand signals, my bro, so that's easier. You know what I mean? If I'm telling her to lay down, it's just like fucking I lay down like that, sit, you know, shake, put my hand
Fox
out.
terriers and stuff like that. And
Pretty
foxies, all terriers are fucking pretty good-hearted dogs, man. For the size of them, and they think they're fucking like 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Anxiety kicks in when like my niece and nephew come over, though. You know what I mean? Because how big she is, and like my sister would like let them roam the yard, and if Lucy's out there, it's like if I'm not out there, bro, like fucking, I try not to go up to that fence, but they still do. And I'm like, all right, well, you know the track record with fucking little people messing with dogs. They get bit. So please just be careful, because I can't guarantee that's not going to happen with Lucy. You know what I mean? Something small like that, she might think it's a fucking toy.
I just got to teach you the difference, bro. But it would do a social introduction. It might take some time. There might be a few instances, but it happens, man. If you put the time and effort in. Guys, I got to love you and leave. I got to go to the shops with the old lady, but yeah, Spill and I can't talk. Just be long, Kyle. Thanks for having me up, Jay. Really happy to speak to you, Monty.
Oh, always, Jay. No, always.
Cheers, mate. Take care, chat. Hit the like button for Jay, mate. Catch up.
Cheers,
Catch, mate. Have a good night.
750 PSI.
Yeah, kangaroos are big.
That's fucking insane, bro.
They're a type of mastiff that runs through all fucking the mountains of Asia, from the Caucasus all the way to Afghan and stuff like that. Fucking
big
kinds of things.
Off his head, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking eh.
But still, I don't know whether they'd stand a chance one-on-one with a wolf. No dog seems to stand a chance one-on-one with a wolf.
Have you seen those grey wolves, bro? They're pretty fucking big.
They're huge, man. They're fucking
They're
huge.
massive, bro. They're like fucking 10. You could line 10 people up next to one of these cunts and you'd be at the arse end of it. They're huge.
Yeah, see old trackers photos when they were fucking exterminating them from America and stuff like that, and they'd fucking
bro, they're still out there.
They'd have fucking 3 or 4 wolves hanging next to them and stuff from a tree or next to their shack where they're hunting out of and stuff like that, where they're trapping from. And the wolves would be like fucking 2.5 men, like fucking in body size, like maybe only 1.5 times longer than a man and stuff like that hanging, but like the width and that, you could add another man in there and stuff like that. And fucking, yeah, huge animals. Like, fuck, I was shocked at how big they are and that. And then you think, fucking hell, these things live in packs to survive. Like, fucking, how fucking deadly are fucking pumas and fucking bears, man.
Check this shit out, Monty.
Yeah, seeing this.
See it? Laying down?
Yeah. Yep. crouched there, fucking waiting for the dog to get too close. Come close.
Yeah, bro. You see how far away he is, cunt, and how big that fucking head is.
Yeah.
No bark, no bite. You should have kept running. Should have kept running, bro.
Dogs shouldn't have
that
fucking the wolf fucking apparently like wolves and coyotes, right? Like they have those they keep Kangals over there and stuff like that, and those Weimaraners or Mariners and stuff like that to guard their sheep and stuff like that.
Go check,
When
make sure Lewis is eating her dick. Hang tight.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah, the same thing fucking as a Kangol though too. Banana. Like realistically, I don't know whether Tibetan fucking all those dogs all through from there through to Afghan, Caucasus and that, like I don't know, like and maybe because people have got hold of them in Western countries and isolated them for so long and bred them for showing, they therefore maybe have become their own breed. But fucking yeah, from Tibet to fucking Caucasus, I reckon they're all just the one breed. Like nobody up there seems to care about keeping their dogs pure and stuff. They'll just make best dogs with the best dogs and fucking won't care whether that's might be a little bit different. Fucking whether it comes from Tibet to Afghan or whatever, doesn't matter. They had huge heads like fucking bears. Sleep out in the snow and just get covered in snow. And come up to a village that just lift their head up out of the snow and just work with a big foot of snow on top of their head. Until they did that, you wouldn't even realise the fucking big cunts with air guard in the fucking villages. Oh, dog, you're sucking like a bitch. No one wants you out there. That's why you got kicked back in here. Tell him off. Hopefully that will work. But I went on you for a few minutes and then he'll start whining again. Not even that. Maybe only for a few seconds. Smacking him doesn't really work. He's fucking solid, strong dog as well. Just hurts me more than it hurts him. So bit of rubber hose would work all right though. That'd sting him up. And not risk breaking bones either on him, like whacking him with a branch would. What's he fighting though? DK. And there's fighting dogs and stuff like that. Yeah, I think they're fucking some of the coolest shit ever. Dog fighting. Especially because they usually fucking, to train their good dog up, they usually fucking get 5, 6 fucking poor little shitty dogs that they fucking use to fucking get that big dog psyched up for fucking fighting. And poor cunt. Not only does the big dog fucking maybe die when he goes up into a pit with against another big dog, that fucking killed, fucking both people have killed probably fucking 5 or 6 other dogs along the way, fucking just training their dog up for that fight. And poor little dogs that had no chance against their dog. Nasty ass shit. Yeah. Nasty ass shit. cockfighting I don't seem to have too much of a problem with, like. Realistically, they get eaten at the end of it when they do cockfighting, but fucking, yeah, dog fighting, people aren't taking them home to eat at the end of it. Fucking, come anxious. How come you don't like how people use their dogs for pigs? What don't you like about it? Because I used to love hunting with pigs, and I thought, like, realistically, we looked after our dogs. We always have big leather collars and canvas fucking chest plates on them. But still, some dogs would get damaged, especially like if they lugged the wrong way or it was a big pig. Like, we'll reach around and give it to their back hips. Like, you could never really protect their back end and stuff like that. And yeah, I've seen a couple of people's dogs get killed by pigs and that. And that was just usually like the dogs had armour on too. It was just lucky that it managed to skate through the tiny little gap that was in the armour and hit an artery straight away. But I always thought it was pretty ethical to hunt with pigs, and like with dogs, you're getting pigs that hunters aren't, and professional shooters that are hunting helicopters aren't able to get, because those pigs are in the roughest, toughest sort of bush and don't come out of it. They're smart. And so dogs aren't usually the only thing that are able to get through that bush to get to those pigs. Stuff like that. So I don't know. But everyone's allowed their opinion. I'd just like to hear what parts of dogs, how people use their dogs on pigs you didn't like. If only dog would be quiet. Just raise my voice.
I think that's DK. I think that's pounds, my bro.
It'd have to be, you'd think, maybe, but no, it could be, right?
But yeah, they have a 743 psi bite force. That's fucking off its head. Oh yeah, look at this fella. Put this video on. Big dog. Big dog.
It is.
Mm.
Have you seen that wolfhound that owns the record for the tallest? I don't know whether it might be just the tallest and heaviest dog. Actually, like fucking last time I seen, it was like fucking almost 6 foot tall and towered over the lady that owns it.
Yeah, right. No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, check like, yeah, Google world's tallest wolfhound. I think it'll come up as world's tallest dog even.
Great Dane, 3 foot 6 inches.
Great Dane wolfhound. Big hairy dog. Will be. Silver hairy dog. Motorbike. And he was only about 6 months old when he was at that fucking tall. When he broke the record. Irish Wolfhound. What's the coolest dog?
Dog in the world. He's an Irish Wolfhound. He weighs 180 pounds.
I don't know if it's that one.
Nah, the old lady was older. Owned a record. Owns a record. Maybe it might have been broken since then, maybe. Don't know. Fun.
Could you imagine if, like, thousands of years ago, before dogs were domesticated and whatnot, there'd still be all these different breeds out there, my bro, in the wild, you know? So, like, imagine if that's what people were getting hunted and killed by, cunt. It was like dogs and wolves and shit and all these different fucking... And there was no aliens, bro. It was all these different dog breeds. No, I don't know.
But at one stage, I wonder whether we got... At one stage, we would have been walking the earth with dire wolves.
Dire wolves, they're pretty fucking big, bro. They're huge.
They're huge compared to a grey wolf, and grey wolves are fucking big. So, like a dire wolf, could you imagine them cunts fucking hunting early man? Like, they probably did hunt us, stuff like that. And maybe that's why grey wolves and stuff like that ended up being domesticated by man, because those fucking dire wolves also would have wiped out any fucking other grey wolves and stuff like that that are in their territory and stuff like that. And so maybe by joining together, them eating our scraps and giving us early warning of fucking danger coming, and also helping fight against the danger, is how we ended up domesticating fucking grey wolves.
Didn't do a good job, bro. They're still not around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be up for some dog food with them dogs, wouldn't you? Feeding them a bit.
Okay. Bomb.
Come on, bro. You might get this thunderstorm. I can hear it coming. I can hear the thunder. Yeah, got to use my post hole digger for the first time today, digging the grave. Fucking made it so much easier to dig the grave with the auger.
It's that convenience thing we're talking about, Monty.
Yeah. Otherwise, would have been a crowbar and shovel job and fucking couple of hours worth of work to dig the grave with crowbar and shovel. Maybe an hour's work between the two of us. Fucking yeah, with the auger. Just yeah, probably 20 minutes at most, and that was putting the auger together as well. I put the auger end on, dig the 4 holes, and then just pulling out the little fucking, because 4 separate holes, and then just
Oh, was that an electric one?
No, petrol.
Yeah. I've only used like a handheld one.
Yeah, it's handheld. Yeah, handheld petrol one.
Yeah, not like a petrol one, like a handheld fucking post hole digger without petrol, just like a full manny, my bro.
Oh, like just twisting. Yep, and then twisting it.
Yeah.
Like a big T-bar with the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
So
there's like 2 of them. You got the fucking them ones, and then we've got one in the backyard actually. Fucking, that's what I used to put the acacia tree.
Yep. Yeah, I've got to start popping these mimosa seeds I got.
Fucking A. Yeah, I've done a bunch of seeds today. I got some. I've done some fucking acacia denticulosa because they're going extinct in the wild. So I thought fucking constant.
Where they come from?
They come from like fucking from the mountains, bro. They're like a sandpaper.
Eastern Victoria mountainous.
Maybe.
Do you know, I think it's like I was reading an article on it, like fucking, I don't know, about the time you boys come in and we all started talking about this thing, about fucking acacias and stuff, right? Like fucking, I don't know, 10
I
months
just like
ago
the
or so.
hyperbolic geometry of the leaves, bro.
And they were I read an article, right? They were talking about fucking wanting to release this acacia species into nurseries and stuff and get people growing them in their yards because it was almost extinct in the wild, but it wasn't extinct in fucking light, like, because it must be used to for extraction by pharmaceutical companies. And it's
Yeah,
grown
did you
under
see what they
license by people. It's grown under
this is what
license
they're
by
doing now,
people.
bro?
Willamette Pines, yeah.
They're auctioning
Yeah.
the ones from the Blue Mountains, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Willamette Pines, nice.
That'd be worth a fucking mint, bro.
Oh, they were fucking, man, they were easy to get not long ago, like a few years back and stuff like that. But then they had them fucking fires go through there. So I don't know whether they're harder to get now or not. But fucking,
No,
yeah,
the
they were
fires
popping seeds of them
didn't
like
touch them,
that.
bro. Fires didn't touch them. But did you know there's something called a white pine. I think it's called Pine strobus or something, my bro. And did you know the fucking pollen from that is like raw testosterone?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the pollen from it, bro. It's just like you can literally make a tea and it's like fucking like straight up just testosterone in the pollen.
I just bought a Giants one, anxious. I think they're Chinese knockoff of fucking,
Ton of planting coming up.
Husqvarna motor or something like that. I think Giants is. It's the Chinese fucking, yeah. Works all right. It's got some torque in it, that's for sure. Yeah.
California's on fire, bro.
Is it? Towards the end of their summer, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I'd expect that, but fucking, you don't want that too much. But California is used to that kind of shit happening.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, my bro, I might knock this on the head. Go get some food sorted.
Yeah, you're good, mate. I'm gonna have to go walk these dogs in a second too.
Yeah, I'll catch everybody a little bit later on tonight. Spud Lee is live. Make your way over there. Go show your support at the bar. I'll fucking be up there for a beer a bit after. So I'll leave you to it. I'll see you all soon. Be good. Be kind to one another. No dramas. It's all sweet.
Big love, people.